And speaking of D- tier movies, we have Tanner's pick this week, which was the 1997 film Spawn.
So Spawn, what happens in this movie, eh? A guy dies. He gets recruited by hell to, like, lead it or something. They bring him back to life. He is tortured by a clown and has to track down the man that killed him. His wife is fucking another man now. And then he kills the guy and the clown and saves the day. And he's homeless. The end. Fun fact, in that scene where John Leguizamo as the clown eats the worm pizza, those were real worms.
Oh no!
Oh,
God, he threw up immediately after that.
Good fun fact. Tanner, where are you putting this one?
I'm at a D+.
Okay, Dylan, how about you?
Is a non-bit to this movie. I gave it a D-.
You know, I think I'm right there with you at a D-.
Yeah?
I'm just at a flat D myself.
It sounds like we're all... Okay, guys, really quick question, just because I need to settle an argument with somebody at work. If you were to attribute the graphics of... Not the graphics.
It's bad.
The CG...
It's terrible.
Just hold on, let me finish my... If you were to attribute the CGI to a console in our history, what would you relate it to? What console would you relate it to? I said
PS3.
Nintendo 64, PlayStation... What? Did you say PlayStation 3?
Yeah.
Bro is smoking crack. I said PlayStation 1 or Nintendo 64. My coworkers are trying to tell me PlayStation 2.
No, it's absolutely earlier than that. It's like a PS1. This is like a fucking shitty FMV game for the most part.
Fucking
Yeah, I'd probably go
right?
PlayStation 1 as well.
I think you guys are being too harsh. I think this movie looks fine. I don't know what you guys are smoking right now.
What the fuck?
Dude, no way. Especially Hell.
Yeah,
Hell
no.
looks it's and the fucking not main bad guy because he doesn't really do shit, but the big bad down in Hell. Oh my god.
Yeah, that gave me
like
Doom
fucking
64.
Beast Wars.
Yeah, that gave me Doom 64 vibes, if I'm being completely honest.
I will say, when the clown finally turns into the Violator, I was like, why is this the only decent looking thing in this movie?
I told Jackson
Like, am
when we
I
were
crazy?
watching
The
this,
Violator is, like, noticeably better
yeah.
CGI than everything else.
I agree. I told Jackson this when we were watching. I was like, I feel like a lot of their budget went to Spawn and this thing. Well, not that thing, but that was a thought I had afterwards. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the budget went to...
their budget went to Spawn.
Well, yeah, but, you know, a lot more of it went to that than the CGI in Hell. I mean, the acting in this movie is okay. I don't like the antagonist. I don't like his cadence. He gets better in, like, the latter half of the movie. I just don't think they do a good job of exploring Spawn and his powers, but I guess this is supposed to be for people who have read his comics, which I haven't, but I know the facets of him and his powers.
What makes you say it's for people who have read the comics?
I was expecting more from this movie, and that might be a fault of my own making. But it's just like this... for, like, an action superhero movie, it just... nothing happens. And, like, he's using guns against hell creatures, and it does nothing, and you think eventually he'd learn, he'd evolve and find something. I almost wanted to say this was like Blade, but then it very quickly descended below Blade, because the conventional means of violence were not working, and it just kind of made for a boring action sequence.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you, yeah. The other big problem is, like, the pacing. It has a lot of, like, go really fast and then slow down way slow, and go really fast and then slow down and whatnot, and I think it's way overstuffed. I think they are introducing way too many different things from the comics all at once. Like, a big example to me is the guy who is, like, a medieval knight, but he's immortal and he's also fighting hell. I'm like, why are you including this side thing at all? It doesn't even really matter all that much. I feel like they should have really limited it to just Spawn and the Violator, really.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they only thought they were getting a single movie out of this, so they were trying to pack it all into one movie. Which was this movie was only like just over an hour and a half, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's pretty short, but it feels way longer to me.
it probably could have benefited from having a little more runtime in that regard then. In the fact that it would have given them more time to, you know, pad out what they were trying to display instead of trying to shove it all together and condense it and make it a chaotic mess. They didn't explore enough of the comic is what I'm trying to say, Tanner. As much as they were trying to interpret it.
I guess it's just like what you're saying doesn't line up with what I was just talking about at all, but whatever.
Yeah.
This movie looked bad. I don't have a lot else to say other than that.
That's valid, dude. Jackson, please regale us on your thoughts of this movie.
This movie looked bad. I don't have a lot of thoughts other than that.
Oh my gosh.
I think there's some decent, like, goofy fun to be had here, but that's kind of it. And like, I guess I kind of appreciate it in just how late 90s it is.
Yeah. It was 97, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking wild. I look at movies like this, and then I think back to movies like The Thing, and I'm like, where do things go wrong?
Right.
It's truly astonishing how many movies I look back on The Thing, and I'm like, we have good examples of movies in history. What's going on here? And I guess it's something I just won't ever understand.
CGI and those sorts of computer animations were just the hot new thing at that time, and so they really just thought they could flex that shit and be like, ooh, look at this cool shit we can do now.
Dude, my justification for something along those lines is they were probably like, oh, you know, this is pretty equivalent to the consoles we have out right now, so maybe if we put it out there, it'll appeal to that crowd, because it looks exactly like their video games.
The gamers
I feel
will
like
love
that
this.
Could be a thought process.
This looks just like heavy metal. Not heavy metal, twisted metal.
Dylan, I can tell you right now that was not the thought process, because gamers and comic book fans were not numerous enough to make a movie like this profitable.
Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to justify things that don't actually matter.
They were targeting people who have never heard of this.
They did a bad job.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Well...
Okay, fellas, are we sticking with our original ranks?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I actually want to give this movie an S-.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
S for Spawn.
S for Spawn.
I'm gonna stick with my D+ as well. I guess I will say I think John Leguizamo as the clown is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's always the evil ones that are the good actors.
D!
Yay!